A very good evening. Dutch bike blogger here. On my way home, and it's already very dark. The second week in a row on the Saturday evening that I'm going home in darkness after having visited my brother. And of course his wife and his children. Again, truly gezellig, as we call it in Holland, in the Netherlands. Let me have a look what the time is. It's 10 minutes before 11 in the evening. It's cold, and guess what? I forgot to bring my jacket, and I'm wearing now my top half of my rain suit, which somewhat keeps the wind away and hopefully the warmth into my body, but I do have cold hands now and a cold forehead. Very much not ideal. Well, I told you in part 1 of this video I made this afternoon when I went here at 12:30 or 12:45 or something, that my laptop was screwed. It's working again, but it was a hell of a job again. And thanks again to my brother for fixing it. We did not really find out why it was that slow, except for a few things. That the writing to the disk was quite the problem. When I switched my laptop on at my brother's home, it hardly was able to start up. Waiting. Normally when you switch on a laptop, it should be online well within a minute or few minutes. With this time it took 10 to 15 minutes, and then we had a very slow working computer. And at one point, when the computer decided that it was ready for starting up, a short period of time we could operate it on a quite reasonable way to check things. Normally when your computer is not working alright, you have a Windows event logger with errors stored in there and all kinds of warnings and messages. Well, there seemed to be a problem with the writing from and to the hard disk. Normally it's done within Windows, and Windows has a driver for that, a piece of software that is working with the hard disk. That gave a lot of trouble. So that made the PC, a laptop, very slow. Well, we decided to put an image of Windows on there, reinstall format C, and then reinstall Windows. We also did a BIOS update, basic input-output system, which is actually a sort of DOS based piece of software in the computer. It's actually in a flash drive. First of all, we had to get in there to get a bootable USB, because the image of Windows is on a USB stick. And normally the computer boots from the hard disk. But when you want to flash an image on there, you have to tell the computer that it should not boot the hard disk from C, disk 0, or the main disk. You have to tell them to boot from the USB, so that was also installed. And then we saw that for the type of laptop I have, a Lenovo, that there were some patches made specific for the problem from disk writing, and some drivers for that. Difficulty explaining it because I hardly understand what happened, but well, they made some patches to resolve some issues, and the fact that there were patches for the hard disk or writing to it and knowing what to do with it seems to indicate that it could have been that problem was noticed probably by Microsoft and addressed by Lenovo. We did a little bit different. We did not run those patches. We, on my brother, in the BIOS, in the basic input-output setup system from the computer, we changed something, some type of way that Windows addresses writing to disk, and Windows put on the computer a different driver file for that piece of software. Long story short, things are working again. Don't know for how long. And our logic behind it was that maybe the Windows thinks that the driver, the Windows system is on. Looks to be full. It was not. It was, well, 1/3 in use. But it could be that Windows thinks that the C drive is full, and then you really get a problem. Then you will get the same issues and things, slow computer, than that you would have when your local drive would be full of data. Normally when you use Windows, there is a page file. Page file is used to cooperate with physical memory. My computer has 8 gigabytes of it, and normally the page file is, well, quite large and can be larger as needed. And it could be that Windows saw in its own strange way that it looked like the hard disk was full while it was not. And by changing the way Windows is now cooperating with the hard drive, it should be working okay again. At least we tested it and it looks like it. But I have to say, we had the same issue last time, and it was also repaired or problem was eliminated as we thought by reinstalling Windows, but after a few months, 1.5 maybe, things got bad again. So we have to see what's going to be happening. But for now it seems to be working quite fast again, which is only a good thing. But it's very, very, very annoying when computers don't work like they should be doing. One lucky thing is that it does not seem to be a hardware thing. It always could be that a hard drive where the C partition is on, where Windows is on, it's on a solid state disk SSD, that it could be broken or corrupt or whatever, and then you have not a disk where you can use, and you have to replace the system disk or the SSD local disk where the software is on, and I have to reinstall, of course, everything just like we did now, but then with a new disk. Well, I'm telling you this story by what I understand from it and what I heard from my brothers, and probably when you're an expert, I have talked a lot of rubbish in the past video, the past of this video, but that's how I understood. If you're a computer technician and you would like to comment, please do so. Really open for some advice. Because it was a strange failure issue which should not be happening, is not normal. I also had a look at my brother's laptop, which starts up in a heartbeat, literally. It's that fast. I have to say it's a little bit more powerful. I have an Intel i7 processor with 8 gigabytes of RAM. RAM stands for random access memory, and he has the double amount of it. He has an i7, that's the equivalent of double the speed or so, and 16 gigabytes of RAM memory, which is faster than I ever seen a laptop restart or start up. But that was the difference was quite obvious. Still, when the laptop I have, it was repaired or Windows setup done again, that on my brother was still quite a lot faster. Well, we're already close to home. Me talking, hopefully making some sense. So thank you very much for listening to me, because in the darkness you probably could not see all that well. If you like the video, please like it, thumbs up. Check out the description box, and also don't forget to subscribe if you're not a subscriber yet. I will see you next time. Have a great day. And like always, be safe out there.